Namaskar. Freedom and democracy. Now anti-nationals are trying to sell these words and defame our country. In next few minutes, I'm going to prove who all are in one team of defaming India. From past 1 week, Indian liberandos, our cheerleader Rahul Gandhi and Dhruv Rathi, bent on their knees and trying to prove reports generated by Freedom House and we them are factual. Few print media, Quint, Wire, some TV channels are debating on the very same topic, trying hard to impose their own agenda. If anyone wants to defame our country on this planet Earth, then these people sit in the first row cheering them, applauding them, right? I'm going to rip these Andolana Jeevis narrative apart in next few minutes. According to Freedom House, a US-based NGO, it reports that India's status is now declined from free to partly free. Days later, WeDem, a Sweden-based organization or an institute, also released a report which basically supports on the similar line. It states that India has downgraded from democracy to electoral autocracy. Well, that's a fancy word to use. While liberals wanted the people to believe that Freedom House and WeDem are prestigious organizations and the Indian government should take its verdict seriously, the facts present a different picture. Let's look into the details of funding. When I went to the details of these organizations, to my surprise, both Freedom House and WeDem are funded by Open Society Foundation. And who is the founder of Open Society Foundation? Yes, it's none other than George Soros, who is expert in conducting disruptive activities in other countries. Several countries have banned George Soros Foundation as a state security threat. If you want to know more about this George Soros, String YouTube channel had made a video with a lot of facts. Please go through it. As soon as these reports are out, usual suspects Rahul Gandhi, Rana Ayub, Dhruv Rathi and many other liberandos sprung into action to further the narrative into public. Friends, we need to understand how planned these reports are. This is the era of information war. These people are trying to brainwash us using centuries-old strategies in the name of international surveys, reports. And chamchas in India carry forward this information to several people. Let's look at Freedom House report.
Look how Freedom House showed our Indian map. Map of India shown inaccurately. If you can't respect my country and show correct map, then I am sure of your hidden agenda. These people miserably exposed themselves.
As we discussed, it says that India has now become free to partly free nation. On what basis? A nation should remain spectator when Hindus are genocided in a state. Local bullies eat away the monetary sanctions given by the state and make the state a platform of Pakistan terrorists to breed? Is that how you define the word free? People are roaming freely, attacking Red Fort, raising their voices against government leaders, spread false news and telling that democracy is in danger. How ironic it is. This report also diligently names BJP as Hindu Nationalist Party. Yes, BJP is a Hindu Nationalist Party, which is providing vaccine to over 60 countries. It is the only party that believes in and follows Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that world is one family. This report also mentions that BJP had created discriminatory policies against Muslims. Hare bhai, who detained Shah Rukh Khan in the US airport because his name was Khan? In Canada, Kamal Hassan has to shout saying that he is a Hindu and not Muslim. Look who is pointing fingers now. This is heights of hypocrisy. While talking about discriminatory policies in India, abolishing of triple talaq to protect Muslim women rights against atrocities is discrimination to you? Abolishing of Article 370, which allows women in Jammu and Kashmir to marry any man of their choice, is discrimination to you? And not to lose their rights? Did you care to check how many houses have been built by Modi government for Muslims? It doesn't matter. All this report wants to portray is that CAA is discriminatory against Muslims. This is the only party that says and follows Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas and Sabka Vishwas. Itna jhoot, sharam karna chahiye. CIA is not for Indians. It is Citizenship Duving Act, not Citizenship Snatching Act. Period. And this report also mentions about NRC. That NRC classifies Muslims as illegal immigrants. If we don't carry work permit or proper documents while traveling to US, we will be deported directly from the airport. To that matter, any other countries will do the same, right? But when same rules are followed in India, India is no longer democratic. Kya hypocrisy hai bhai? Guidelines for NRC is not even out by Supreme Court and George Soros wants to give rating based on future plans for NRC. This is their plan to break India. Now let's see what the other report says. Sweden, a Sweden organization's report. Sweden, with population of less than 1% of India, unable to manage COVID, is now talking against democracy of India, a country of 130 crores population. And what's the sample size of Sweden? 25 people. And 25 people are giving report on behalf of 1.4 billion people, and chamchas like Dhruv Rathi are busy in spreading the narrative. When an agency gives rating that India is doing good under leadership of Narendra Modi, Dhruv Rathi says rating agency bekar hai. But backs of VDM report, rating sahi और India bekar ho gayi. जा पैम्पर पहन ले बच्चा. Your fake narratives are out now. Now let's look who is the advisory committee of VDM. VDM organization has JNU leftists and Pakistani politicians on its board. The board has 2 Indians and both are known haters of the Modi government. A normal individual can make out how planned these reports are to defame India after knowing all these details. And look at Rahul Gandhi's tweet. Had it been really aristocratic, he won't be able to tweet such news in first place. Ironically, democracy in Congress was buried forever, that since decades only member of Gandhi Parivar have right to be the president of Congress party and no one else. Just because the West is not able to make inroads through their money funding for so-called charity conversions or forcing their doctrine, suddenly India has now become less democratic to you? We don't know what your definition of freedom comprises of. But we know no other country let the writers take control of its prestigious place, and still they are there protesting on country national highway from 100 days. I have to admit how smart these people are in planning to defame India. They use toolkits, and when the narrative was out because of the school dropout Greta Thunberg, now they are planning to defame India using the fake international reports or surveys. These people never get tired of planning to defame India and defame our Prime Minister. Information is wealth in this information era. We should educate ourselves with facts. I am quite self-assured and don't need clarification from breaking India forces, and certainly not from people who are here to drive an agenda. We are self-reliant Bharat, Atmanirbhar Bharat. We don't need outsiders intervene and teach us lessons. Before you teach us something, look inward and fix yourselves, your country first. Irrespective of political ideology, we Indians have to stand by our own country and condemn the interference of any other outside forces, breaking India forces. Bharat Mata ki Jai. Jai.